started. Welcome to the session. Welcome to Y-Ship. Welcome to Yokohama. This is a session, Mobility Innovation Hub Yokohama for Green. Yes, I'm wearing green shirts today. This is Andy Kondo from Crosby, Japan. Crosby is cross-border innovation ecosystem company connecting Europe, all over the world, and Yokohama, Japan, with the technology and innovation. Today, this session, we invited 6 mobility startups from all over the world. Yes, they are sitting there. They will do the pitching on this stage. Why mobility in the Y-Ship? Yokohama is really pushing mobility innovation city as a service for the POCs in the field of the Yokohama. You can try out new idea in the Yokohama city. Overseas startup, come over here, try out your idea, enable the innovation in Yokohama. That initiative we started, Mobility Innovation Hub Yokohama. First session, today's menu is, first, we have a seminar from the Mr. Sanshiro Fukao. Mr. Fukao is a really well-known mobility analyst, and also he is the board member of the MOBI, Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative. And also he is the senior fellow research, Itochi Research Institute. Mr. Fukao is the first guy to connect blockchain and mobility. His book, published in 2020, Mobility Economics, that is the, as far as I know, the very first book talk about the blockchain and mobility. 3 years ago, people talk about the blockchain. That is the, mining, strong PC. At that time, he already talked about the connection between mobility and blockchain. Mr. Fukao, can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me, Kondo-san?
Yes. Very well. Maybe say hi.
Like your shirt.
Nice. You maybe say hello to the audience.
Okay, I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm very happy to see you all. So shall I start my presentation?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can share your screen and start your seminars. Thank you.
Yeah, just a second, please.
Yeah.
How this? Kondo-san?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to have only about 25 minutes to deliver you my presentation. I usually spend about 90 to 120 minutes, so it's quite tough for me, but I try to make it as compact as possible. As Kondo-san mentioned, I'm working for MOBI. This is a blockchain standardization body, especially in automobile sector. And I am one of the 5 board members of this world's largest consortium. And also I work as an advisor to Itochu, which is a Japanese trading company, as an expert of mobility as well. So today's my session is titled Mobility Cross Blockchain, Cross Supply Chain Traceability. And the subtitle is New Way of Value Creation Through Building Carbon Footprint and Supply Chain Traceability. As Kondo-san mentioned, I'm deeply involved in blockchain consortia, but I try not to focus on blockchain in detail today because it takes me about 2 hours to explain that if I do that. So I rather would like to talk about the importance of the traceability. That's a keyword today I want to tell you about. It's the traceability of supply chain data, which includes carbon footprint, because this is very important for, especially for achieving to build a circular economy or sustainable economy of automobile sectors. So moving to the next slide. This is about myself. There's a lot to talk about myself, but just to pinpoint one thing. Before working for Itochu right now, I used to work for Bank of Yokohama. So I was working closely to the city of Yokohama as well. So it's quite pity that I won't be, I can't be there in Yokohama today, but I'm quite familiar with the city and also Kanagawa Prefecture, the region you're now sitting on. And I've spent about just less than 20 years working mainly for automobile sectors as so-called analysts in the financial sectors. Now I'm working for a trading company. And at the same time, as I said, I'm working for this blockchain consortium, Mobi, which is what I'm going to explain a little bit later. So this is Mobi. Mobi is a non-profit organization and also non-governmental organization in which more than 120 companies and institutions gather already since the launch of this consortium in 2018. As you can see, the logos of our members, we have 8 automotive OEMs, which include GM, Ford, Stellantis, BMW as non-Japanese OEMs, but also the Japanese OEMs such as Honda, Nissan, Mazda, and Suzuki as the key members of this consortium. We call this consortia as the world's largest mobility consortia in Web3. Web3 is a blockchain-based internet society. Altogether, the market share in terms of global vehicle production of these OEMs as Mobi members consists more than 40% of the world. So we are the as far as we know, that Mobi is now the largest consortium in automotive sectors. So I am a board member as a representative of Asian region, which includes India and also China. But also I'm working for Japanese auto industries through these members, and also I also discuss with Japan government about some national projects as advisor as well, which include the data platform strategy, including supply chain traceability. This slide shows you how we could understand what's going on in the automotive industries, not only in Japan, but also in the world. As you know that there is a very rapid shift of electric vehicle, or so-called EV shift. In such trends, I personally think that conventional auto OEMs are positioned at the bottom of so-called smile curve or smiling curve in EV ecosystem. Here you can see that. On the x-axis, you have the processes of supply chains and also value chains. Supply chains is basically the processes and also the gathering of suppliers of parts and also materials before the assembly of cars. So you can see the processes on the left-hand side from the center, the assembly and processes by OEMs. And also you have value chains players as well now. These processes include any kind of services after sales. And also these days, since it's EV, it's all about energy infrastructure, in which renewable energies are increasingly important. So, as I said, like auto OEMs are now positioned at the bottom of this smiling curve, which means that it's very difficult for them to make profits or creating value added without changing their businesses. On the other hand, there are many players which has the new value added and also the profits in this new ecosystem. For instance, if you look at the left-hand side of this chart, of this diagram, you have battery. So you have many battery makers, especially in Asia, which has a large market shares. So the conventional OEMs need to buy their batteries, usually at higher prices. For OEMs, its costs. Right. So OEMs needs to increase in-house production capability of batteries. That's one strategy for them. Or from now on, what the need to explore is the opportunity to build a circular economy of batteries, or reuse of these used batteries, or recycling the materials in the EV batteries. By doing that, these conventional auto players could explore the new value added, which is pictured in the left-hand side. After sales, these conventional players need to explore new businesses in services as well. So especially like if you look at Tesla, Tesla has superchargers. So Tesla is a company that manufactures electric vehicles or assembles them, but not only manufacturing, but also what they're doing is to sell the renewable energies they generate. So if you need to get deep into EV market, you need to explore new businesses, especially centered around renewable energies. So it's not just about selling cars, but about selling or providing the renewable energies to decarbonize society. So if you look at the right-hand side of this chart, you see that you need new values out of charging or recharging the renewable energies. And also there is a huge potential demand for used batteries, utilizing the capacity of the storage of renewable energies generations. So big difference between EV and so-called ICE, or internal combustion engines. You can still make a profit in businesses out of used powertrains on the vehicles or batteries. So you need to get any kind of data on batteries in order to explore the circular economy of batteries on the left-hand side, but also you need to find data to numerize residual values of used batteries on EVs, so that you can sell these used batteries to the secondary or tertiary markets. So key point is EV is not just about cars. EV is just more about data centered around batteries. So this is a new industry that we can explore. And also there's so many startups who are now entering into this market. I'm not going to explain a lot about blockchain, but how does the data immutability, which is a key characteristics of blockchain, can contribute to next generation mobility, are pictured here. There are mainly two objectives or the outcomes by utilizing blockchain technologies for mobility. The first is the creation of digital twins. More precisely, it's trustful digital twins. If you have IoT, you can create digital twins, but together with blockchain, you can trust such digital twins because it's identity. It's only one digital twin that you can trust. So you need blockchain. The other outcome, the target by utilizing blockchain is to build traceability of supply chain data, which I just explained about. Supply chain data, which includes carbon footprint traceability, and also any kind of data centered around batteries, which gives us the opportunity to numeralize the state of health or SOH of batteries, which is very important information for battery to be sold to the secondary or tertiary markets. Other use cases centered around the blockchain application for mobility include such as mileage-based taxation, usage-based insurance, and battery passport. Battery passport is very important technology, especially regulators of such as the European Commission just announced that you need to have battery passport in order to sell your vehicles in European markets at least. And discussion about creating battery passport is has just started on even in United States, where most of Japanese auto companies are making a lot of profit. So you have to at least create battery passport in order to clear regulatory requirements for doing businesses. Right. This slide is a little bit messy. I use this slide for explaining about what's happening not only in automotive industry but any kind of industries in the world when so-called Web3 or blockchain-based internet is very important in the future. So I call it a once in 500 years revolution behind the emergence of blockchain or Web3. Compared to 500 years ago, what's happening right now is quite similar. So we are facing a pandemic, right? And also we are facing the wars. In such an era, there are some kind of social needs to have creative distractions or innovations. So we have seen bookkeeping revolution and also IT or information technology revolution 500 years ago. But now we are seeing the same thing. So in 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto appeared and the blockchain was born. And blockchain-based internet society, or so-called Web3, is becoming not only global kind of movement, but even it's a very important technological revolution in Japan as well. The Japan government mentioned directly that Web3 is one of the key national strategies for the digitalization of societies, even in this country. Right. So as I mentioned, we just entered so-called Web3 society. And so what is the new values in this world is currently, as I mentioned, is a traceability of supply chain data as new values in the era of Web3. So such kind of traceable supply chain data, which had been quite difficult to be seen visually in the past, but since it's data, and you can now have the technology to make a digital twins or visualize this data physically, that we could, for instance, like 4 kinds of values that we can see from or by utilizing IoTs and also blockchains. The first of such values is apparently state of health. That's what I just mentioned on battery passport, state of health. It's not about battery, but it's about a human. SOH of human can be described as a COVID passport, right? So it's the same kind of story. You need to know the state of health of battery from now on by creating the battery passport technologies. The second value, which had not been seen directly or clearly, but now apparently the real value that are shared by not only Japan but also by world is so-called environmental values, or how much renewable energies you utilize in your businesses. So with these technologies, you can color the renewable energies in the usage of your businesses. The third values that we can now see digitally is carbon footprints. It's quite similar to what I just mentioned about environmental values, but it's all about the carbon dioxide emissions data, not only at your factory or the CO2 generated by the creation of energies, but also you have to care about the carbon footprints emitted in the upstream supply chain and also in the value chain, in the value chains in the downstream. So altogether, you have so-called scope 3 traceabilities. Altogether, you have life cycle assessment, which is a burden of CO2 in new businesses and also industries and also societies. There comes some regulatory requirements to set the regulations for global companies to cope with this trend. And you have to, especially in EU and Europe and also America, you have to disclose so-called scope 3 data of businesses. Scope 3 includes value chains and also supply chains. So it's not just about large companies' issues. It's also about the issues that you have to tackle with, even if you are small and medium enterprises or startups. In other words, you have business opportunities. If you could get the data on these life cycle assessment or scope 3 traceability of CO2 emissions. And then you keep that data and you report that data to authorities, because this is very important for new businesses as new value added. The fourth values, which is a little bit difficult to see directly from especially the consumers, is ethical sourcing data. Right. So it's not about decarbonization, but it's about sustainability, or in Japan, it's called SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. You need to get such kind of data like ethical sourcings in order to satisfy human rights due diligence for businesses. There are technologies to visualize and then store these data with trustful way, such as utilizing blockchain is the new value added for your businesses as well. Right. So battery passport, I shouldn't talk much about this for this moment in time, because it's a little bit specific technology. But what I want you to understand from what I'm going to talk about is the importance of collaboration. Right. So WeMobi is now leading global initiative to create this global battery passport technology, which we call traceability of carbon footprint and also state of health of batteries while the batteries are used. It's all about supply chain value chains processes, and also there's so many players that need to use these technologies. So it's not just by auto companies or battery companies or suppliers in automotive sectors, but you need to share this data with energy industries, renewable energy industries, and also since this is a regulatory requirement, you have to share this data with governments, not only national governments but also local governments. Batteries are used not only for auto, but also energy industries and also other industries as well. So there needs to be a borderless collaboration between not only within auto industries, but also with other industries as well. It's about regulatory requirement. That's what I mentioned. So European Parliament and also European Council reached agreement on the proposal of this so-called European battery regulation, which was 3 months ago. So this is regulation you have to clear. From allegedly, it's within 2 years' time. You have to report the carbon footprint traceability of any kind of batteries you use. So you have to clear that regulation. So MOBI announced Global Battery Passport Guideline on 21st June 2023 this year, which was just before the final decision of European Union or European Commission about Global Battery Passport. So, as I said, like many OEMs and other players are now working centered around on this standardization of Global Battery Passport. US being more Europeanized, I would say, than EU for seizing control over battery materials, because they need to seize the materials for economic and social security reasons. But also, US government is also trying to make the new EV ecosystem. It's not just about EV manufacturing. It's about batteries procurement and also renewable energy generation. So, but in order to achieve this goal of building a new EV ecosystem, you need to seize materials, so that you need to build battery reuse and recycling processes, so that the United States is now following the same kind of regulatory pressures onto the market by creating in the near future battery passport as well. As I said, we are the largest consortium in terms of automobile sectors, and we have SAE International, which is one of the largest automotive standardizing body across the White House, and SAE International has just launched working groups on battery passport in the United States. So we are watching that trend, and we see that there could highly possibly that US government is going to follow battery passport creation in the future. So that we just launched the new circular economy and global battery passport working group. So, it sounds like PR of our consortium, but what I want to say here is that, we are the largest consortium. We have many startups as well, but we need to do it. It's not just about businesses. We have to make standards of these new technologies all together. So the keyword is collaboration. The keyword is borderless. So its keyword is borderless, not only by large companies, but also with startups like you are here right now. Right. So thank you. So time is up. So I hope I gave you some interesting hints for your businesses, and also making a new automotive world centered around electric vehicles and also decarbonization society. If you have any questions, give me a shout later, or you can scan this QR code so that you can access to my LinkedIn page. That's it. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Fukawa-san. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hope to see you soon again in Yokohama in person.
Yes, I will. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we move to the next session. That is the startup pitching. 6 startups from all over the world coming to Yokohama here. We are, do you remember? Mobility Innovation Hub Yokohama. Yes, we are inviting technologies from all over the world, implement into the society of the Yokohama. Without traveling, you can meet foreign startups in Yokohama. This is the city of the international innovation, Yokohama. Okay? So, first speaker. Oh, okay, you are already there. Lucas from Germany, company Cognibit. Lucas, okay, your stage. Switch on.
Can you hear me? Thank you very much, Andy, for this introduction. Thank you very much to everybody, to the organizers, for giving us the opportunity to present our young startup here.
Lucas, maybe.
Like this? Okay, sorry for that. So, where is my presentation? Here it is. We are Cognibit. We are a quite young startup from Munich in Germany, and we are basically a spin-off from the Center for Sensory Motor Research. So this is a neuroscientific lab at the University of Munich. We combine more than 40 years of experience in neuroscientific research, mainly in the modeling of human behavior. What we have developed is a kind of generative AI. We call it cognitive AI. So something similar to ChatGPT, but it does not produce text or speech, but it produces human behavior in the form of movements. So how do we do this? We have a model which replicates the human sensory motor chain of information processing. We start with the visual processing, attention, modeling gaze, modeling cognitive processes up to motor processes so that we replicate the whole processing in information in humans. What's the advantage of using such an approach to conventional approaches, like, for instance, classic machine learning? We have full explainability of the whole process. We can model all kinds of human limitations. We can, for instance, model young children. We can model elderly person. We can even model drunk persons. So by this, we have the whole bandwidth of human variation, which we can really realistically replicate in the virtual world of simulation. And we think that this is the only approach that realistically brings valid behavior even in edge cases, such as crashes or near crashes in simulation. I would like to demonstrate you this kind of modeling, for instance, for our car driver model, which is called DriveBot. So this looks a little bit maybe like a computer game, but different to computer games. This is all realistic, validated behavior in terms of, for instance, the distances, the reaction times, and so on that you can see. We can simulate cooperative behavior, for instance. We have realistic traffic dynamics that are really validated by data. We have the whole bandwidth, as I told you. So, for instance, aggressive driving styles. We can have physically limited drivers. We can have country-specific driver profiles, also for Japan. I'm sorry it's not included in here. We can also bring left-handed driving to the customers. And not only highway driving scenarios, but also urban driving scenarios, modeling intersections, unprotected left turnings. So the agents are considering traffic lights, they are considering oncoming traffic, and so on, such as really a real human in the virtual world. Our other product is the WalkBot. This is a model of pedestrians. So we model pedestrians with realistic walking paths, not as you know it, for instance, from computer games, that they would just walk straight, turn, walk straight again. No, this is really this kind of natural movements that we are modeling. Our walkbots are considering traffic lights, crosswalks. If you can also configure them to not consider them if you want to have, for instance, not rule-obeying personalities. The whole bandwidth of behavior that you really can observe also in the real world. Our models are considering other vehicles, other pedestrians. So one point we will be able to even model Shibuya traffic, I think, with our pedestrian models. So we are right now on or can offer a walkbot, the pedestrian model, a drivebot, which is able to also simulate urban traffics for car drivers. And next year we want to release a bikebot, a model that can also model bicycles, e-scooters, and we are working on a special child version of this walkbot. We think that the application is during the whole chain of development, from research, serious development, verification, homologation, and so on. We are integrated into the major simulation platforms, and as I think that my time is up, I want to thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer any questions later in the networking area. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you. 1分で今の内容ちょっと解説しますね。日本語で。はい。コグニビット AI の会社です。ドイツから来ました。自動運転、どうやって今開発してるか。実際にですね、バーチャルリアリティの世界に街を作って、その中でですね、車を AI に運転させて、それでトレーニングをさせる。なんていうことをやっています。 で、もちろん国が違うが交通ルールも違うし、なんていう話があります。そんなですね、バーチャル空間の中で実際に運転する人間、歩く人を AI で作り出してしまおうというのが彼らの技術です。なので、どこの国に持って行っても、そこの国の運転手が高齢の方なのか、若い方なのか、道を歩いていてどういうふうに歩くのかということをですね、実際の人があたかもバーチャルリアリティの世界にいるようにして開発ができますという、そういった AI になります。後ほどですね、ネットワーキングの時にあの辺の机にいますので、ぜひお声掛けください。Okay, next session. Next speaker is Stefan from Compredict. Show your face to the camera.
All right. I think you can hear me okay.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Now your stage. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Andy, and really appreciate the invitation today to speak actually in the name of Compredict, a company actually out of Germany, Darmstadt, university spin-off. My name is Stefan Werner, and I'm really honored to speak to you today. And again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, in the room and, of course, in the audience. So, Compredict. When we talk about Compredict, we talk about virtual sensors. Virtual sensors are a piece of software what we implement in vehicles, what we call today actually in the edge development and in the cloud. So Compredict is actually taking care on car manufacturers' research and development, later on in the vehicle usage, and of course then going actually in the end of life of a vehicle, and where we saw actually in the presentation before, it's very important to have actually sensor data available to actually gauge your car. So our solution is actually that we take existing hardware sensor data and we put that actually in our model-based learning, where we actually develop algorithms to replace even hardware sensors in the vehicle. So that is purely based on software. And where we actually start doing that is really in the vehicle itself, but also in the deployment into the cloud, where we also do predictive maintenance for vehicles today. So when we actually think about Compredict, please remember these 3 pillars. It is actually a virtual sensor to replace hardware. So this is actually where we start working and talking to the vehicle manufacturers, making sure that they save money, and at the end of the day also that the vehicles in the mobility scheme are affordable. Virtual sensors for additional measurement capabilities. I think we see that actually before with a battery pass. We need to have this kind of know-how within vehicles to actually understand how a vehicle is being used also in the field. Last but not least, the virtual sensor for the health and usage monitoring. You probably remember also about talking about the battery pass, and this is actually also where Compredict is contributing with its sensors algorithm embedded into the vehicle. So when we think about hardware replacement, there are many hardware sensors actually in the vehicle today. Might it be a combustion engine or even the new vehicle platforms on battery electric? We are replacing them actually by software. And that is actually something what we do now for a couple of years, have been tested and validated, and we are launching the first production program soon. So please watch that space. Remember, Compredict virtual sensor hardware replacement. At the end of the day, when we think about the use case example here, we adjusted and we changed actually a height sensor in a vehicle of about $15 per vehicle. And if you do the calculation about annual production of 400,000 cars, you pretty much soon actually realize that software value in a vehicle becomes a very dramatic change. So if we think about actually, and that is very scientific over here, when we change actually our virtual sensors to really give additional measurement, what do we mean? We actually engage with car manufacturers today to help them to better understand how they need to dimension their parts in the vehicle. Changing from a combustion engine to an electric vehicle platform is not easy because you have different forces, you have different speeds, and this is where we help also car manufacturers to understand cars even when they are already on the road. And that is a piece of software we install actually with the car manufacturers in development process and also in the series production. If we further go down actually the road, please remember we are living actually embedded and in the cloud, having their partners, and also giving actually a lot of attention to our portfolio of virtual sensors which are available today and which we actually collaborationally work actually with car manufacturers, tier 1s and tier 2s. And we are very happy to, of course, talk in Japan more about, how we integrate and actually make our mobility more affordable. Partners are super important. We work with actually first-class tiers, especially with Munich Re, which is actually a big reinsurance companies, helping us also to ensure our software, making sure that we actually can deliver on promise and on trust with our software. And in this, please, thank you, and please check our website for more information. Our team is ready for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefan. 1分解説いきます。コンプレディクト、ドイツの会社です。バーチャルセンサーというのがキーワードです。何をするのか。車っていっぱいセンサーついてるんですよね。例えばタイヤの空気圧落ちてますよとか、エンジンの温度がこんなんですよとか、室内の温度こうですよとか、いろいろなセンサーがついてます。なんですけど、もっと新しいこういう内容を測りたいなとか、もっとこういうことが分かったらいろいろサービスできるのに、みたいな時にですね、すでについているセンサーから得られる情報をもとに、このセンサーがこの数値で、このセンサーがこの数値で、このセンサーがこうだったら、これはこういうことが言えるよね、という形で、あたかもですね、全く新しいセンサーがついているようにして、データを取ることができるというところが面白いところです。タイヤが減っちゃってるのというところに対してですね、いろいろなセンサーが、実際タイヤの減り具合ってセンサーついてないんですよね。なんですけれども、いろいろなセンサーを活用することで、こういうデータが出てるから他のセンサーが、タイヤはこのぐらい減っているに違いないということがわかるというようなですね、そんなバーチャルセンサーというものを提供しています。彼にいい青いジャケット着てる人そこにいますんで、後ほど聞いてみてください。はい。OK! Moving to the next startup, Anouk. Welcome on stage. Show your face on the camera. Yes.Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, Anouk, now to your stage. You have 5 minutes.
Great. So hello, everyone. I am Anouk. I am a business development manager for this company. Let me start. This presentation. So I work for this company startup called Greenbox Mobile Energy. We are focused on software development, currently 15 employees and fast growing. We are based at the Drivery in Berlin in Germany. And from our title, you could already guess what we do. So we are a delivery service for green energy. Green energy in the form of green electricity or green hydrogen. And mobile energy because it works completely off-grid. Why are we doing this? So in Japan, you have around 77 million cars with a population of 125 million people. So I think we can agree that you really love cars, similar to Germany. Right now, the transition to the electric vehicles is still a bit slow, but we have seen that in Europe as well, picking up slowly and then growing. So very confident that this transition will happen, of course. But then we face the big challenge. So we need to supply all these new electric vehicles with the energy. So the grid needs to supply a very high additional amount of energy for all these vehicles. Then making sure this energy comes from renewable sources, because of course we want the carbon neutrality in the future. And third, in Japan, you have the case that this infrastructure needs to be very resilient because you have the risk of natural disasters such as earthquake. So it's a big challenge for the grid operator. And here, Greenbox Mobile Energy wants to offer its solution. So we work as an addition to the grid. We're not competitor to the grid. So we offer our mobile green energy as addition to the grid. And how does this work? So this energy as a service operation is based on swapping standardized containers filled with green energy. And we can see here the steps. So on the right side, we have the first step. So we charge this standardized container at the renewable energy source directly with green electricity or green hydrogen. And then the second step, we transport this container with our electric fleet to the point of sale. And here we swap the empty container with the full one. And then the third step is at the point of sale where we connect this energy storage container with the charger, and you can charge your electric vehicle and everything works completely off-grid. So this logistic last mile solution should really happen within a radius of 50 kilometers. And of course, it's all software based. So we are developing our software and it is telling us what to do, when to do it, while optimizing this operation every step of the way through machine learning. For the demand side, we have developed within the software a forecast tool. So this is telling us where there is a good amount of cars that needs a lot of energy so we can make a good sale there. And the same for the supply side. So of course we want to know how much energy is available at the renewable energy source. And since our storage system is a quite capital intensive asset, we want to use it here as well. So when we don't need it at the point of sale, we can feed back the stored energy to the grid and create an additional stream of revenue. And here you can see our overall software operation system, which we are developing right now. So it tells us what are the chargers doing, what are the e-packs doing, do we need to swap them, what is the demand, what is the supply, etc., etc. And our AI team, of course, is also working with simulation. So this simulation mimics the behavior of the energy sources, of the chargers, of the batteries. And you can set up to 15 different parameters. And then, of course, we want to know how to best run this operation. So how to best run it environmentally and economically speaking. So making the best sale while using the least amount of trucks and least amount of batteries. And what is the state currently? So we have our first POC successfully in place in Germany, second POC waiting for us in Austria after winning a storage challenge there. And also we're planning the first rollout next year of our first cluster. So this would be the investment structure for the cluster. If you want to know more, please talk to me later about this financing. This is the overall business plan of the company. We are breaking even at 500 stations. Big market opportunity, so we believe in it. And the next thing is we want to do a POC here in Yokohama. So please find me in the back if you want to be part of it and be one of our strategic partners to bring these solutions to Japan. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Anouk. では、1分解説やります。グリーンボックスエナジー、モバイルエナジーという言い方してます。携帯電話充電するちっちゃいじゃないですよ。もっとでっかいコンテナみたいな話をしています。発電所に頼らずに、オフグリッドという言い方しました。発電所に頼らずに EV の充電ステーションどこにでも簡単に作っちゃおうじゃないか。という話です。例えば太陽光発電所みたいなところでですね、コンテナを置いといて、そこに充電するんです。水素にして詰めてもいいかもしれません。で、それをトラックに持ってきて、道端にポンって置くと、そこにですね、充電器が作れちゃうんですね。そうするとですね、道端送電線引っ張ってきたり、道路掘って、充電器やったりとかしなくてもですね、コンテナでポンと置くだけで、どこにでも充電器が作れてしまうという、そういった EV の普及を後押しするような、そういったソリューションということです。はい、横浜で POC やりたいと言ってます。ぜひぜひ、パートナーですよと、私たちのところに置いてくださいという方は、ぜひお声掛けください。よろしくお願いします。Okay, next one. Pratik, come on stage. Flow Mobility from India. Yeah, show your face on camera. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
You have 5 minutes. Your stage.
So my name is Pratik Patel, and it's a pleasure to tell you all about what we at Flow Mobility are doing for autonomous tech. So multiple industries these days are struggling with lack of personnel to work on the ground, rising costs, and the ever-increasing requirement for supervision with reducing productivities day by day. And there was one thing which was very clear, that autonomy can actually help in improving all of these issues, and that too by easing out and freeing up people to do something which requires a bit more human touch. And there are multiple companies like us across the globe which are trying to bring this shift, but the only basic problem is that the approaches are a bit more expensive, are very specific to one particular form factor, and require a very heavy compute. Now, let's say if there's any OEM out there who wants to enable autonomy on top of their existing solutions, for them, there's no single plug and play device which can go on top of their existing machines and ease out this entire transformation. They have to put in those heavy hours of R&D and make that particular thing from scratch. And that is where the entire problem comes, which we are trying to solve for them using our universal material movement platform. So this is basically a navigation platform which we have built, which is use case agnostic and can be integrated on top of existing machines. Or if there's no machine out there, we also have the capability to build from scratch. I love to show you one of the use cases which we deploy for specifically for construction industries and moving material in and around.
In today's fast-paced world, industries are embracing high-tech approaches to meet labor cost and supply challenges. Introducing the Hauler by Flow Mobility, your autonomous assistant for all types of goods movement. Whether it's a construction site, a warehouse, or a large farm, the Hauler is here to automate the workloads, thereby bringing unprecedented efficiency to material movement processes. With Flow Mobility's Hauler, say goodbye to countless hours of towing, pulling, and manual transfers. The Hauler frees your workers from back-breaking strenuous tasks, drastically reducing unproductive walking and waiting times. The robot utilizes state-of-the-art technology to deliver better asset and capacity utilization. And don't just take our word for it. The Hauler has delivered significant value at warehouses and construction sites for several companies, where clients have experienced 2 to 3 times productivity increase, process resiliency, and in just a few months achieved measurable ROI of up to 45% cost savings and 50% time savings. And the best part, the Hauler is offered on a robot-as-a-service model, with monthly subscription charges covering robot rental, analytics, as well as fleet monitoring and management service. It's not only a cost-effective alternative to tedious workforce management, but also enhances worker safety and provides real-time view of project progress. Choose the solution that...
So what makes us different is basically the architecture remains majoritarily same for across use cases, and then we have the capability to integrate with different machines. And having had worked with different use cases in agriculture, construction, infra, we have got that capability to actually fast track the entire deployment of the autonomy on top of the machine. So the major differentiators which we bring onto the table is that we are not dependent on LiDARs for actually implementing autonomy, and we also believe in providing an end-to-end integrated solution rather than just providing an autonomous system. So we also have a layer of teleoperations, which is basically nothing but the machine can be operated using internet sitting anywhere in the globe along with our systems. So all we need from our end customer is basically to tell us what needs to be done, and we can take care of it right from the word go. And this entire system is basically modular, so it can go on top of existing machines. And we collect a lot of data, and we give it to the end client for on a real-time basis through multiple dashboards which are customized as per their requirements, so that good insights can come out and optimizations can happen both from our and their ends as well. So the multiple, having had good validation for our IPs, and we are working with multiple customers across India, across 3 cities. We are deploying robots day in, day out, and having had good response from the customers definitely because we are helping them save a bit of money, and having had good response from peers across the industry, we are very confident that autonomous tech can be democratized across the world, and we are here to actually have a piece of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you. それでは、1分で解説します。フローモビリティ、インドの会社です。バンガロールから来てくれました。自動運転、道路を走るね、車の話先ほどいろいろありましたが、工事現場とか、工場とか、あとは農業とかですね、そういった重いものを運ぶというところに特化したソリューションというところで作っている会社がこちらの、フローモビリティになります。例えばですね、労働環境のもちろん改善したいよ。あとはですね、人手が足りないよ、みたいな時にですね、単純に物を運ぶという作業をですね、じゃあだったらそんなものロボットにさせてしまえばいいじゃないかというところでですね、それを実現してくれていると。それで先ほど映ってた小さなダンプカーみたいなやつ。あとそれからそれを動かすですね、AI ソフトウェア。そこのところをですね、セットでサブスクの形で提供するというですね、そういった新しいビジネスモデルと一緒に提供しているというところが非常にね、ユニークなところです。ここにいる皆さんで、建設業界の方、工場をお持ちの方、ぜひぜひ後ほどお話を聞きに行ってあげてください。よろしくお願いします。Okay. Next startup. Oilfield Tech from Malaysia. Amsha, that's your stage. Yeah, maybe.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. You have 5 minutes. Yes, that's your stage.
Konnichiwa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, my name is Amsha Faiz. I am the Business Development Director at Ofotech. So our company, Ofotech, we are based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We were formed in 2016. Prior to jumping into any demo, allow me to share some essence on our company details. To be exact, we were formed, as I've mentioned, 7 years ago in 2016. We are a startup company specializing primarily in digital transformation for our clients' asset management. So we have a broad portfolio. We cater to broad engineering, intelligent, as well as industrial applications from the construction industry, infrastructure, agriculture, plantation, telecommunication, oil and gas, and much, much more. In terms of our expertise in digital transformation, we bring in a comprehensive competency from artificial intelligence, big data analytics, drones, robotics, augmented virtual reality, as well as industrial IoT technology. Just some of details on our company, our achievements, our partnerships with Sumitomo and SoftBank, as well as our experiences. But nevertheless, allow me to fast forward and skip on to our methodology. So ladies and gentlemen, just a bit technical, this is very important. We operate by these 4 pillars. We start off with data acquisition on the far right. We process that data, we analyze it, and finally we host all information on the online single viewing platform. So this is a demo, allow me to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the construction industry. Oops. Oh, allow me to play the video. If you, moderator, if you can just click on the video real quickly. The video, is it playing? I do apologize. The video is not popping up. There's no video? Sure.
Oh, maybe video may not be available, sorry.
I do apologize because much of the presentation is...
Maybe you can explain, yeah.
There are 2 videos actually. Unfortunately, there aren't any videos that are highlighted. If possible, could we just... a verbal explanation, unfortunately, I don't think would suffice. If possible, ladies and gentlemen, allow me some 5 minutes. We'll go on to the next speaker. And I assure you, I will reiterate my points, as well as all the videos in the content highlighted. Thank you very much. Real quickly, Andy, if that's possible, if you allow, if that's...
Just a second. You have a video somewhere, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, then maybe, next startup coming on the stage, then, you get back here, no? Okay.
Yes. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I assure you this never happens.
はい。 皆さん、ちょっとビデオでやっぱりね、ちゃんと解説したいということで、ちょっと後ほどまた戻ってきていただきます。すいません、大変失礼しました。Sorry about the inconvenience. Yeah, he will be back on stage with the video playing on the screen. Yes. So, next startup. Okay, you didn't expect that too early, but hope it's okay. So, James from the United States, Preact Technologies.
Hello, everybody. My name is James Dawson. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Preact Technologies. We are a sensor company, and we provide solutions for spatial awareness. Let's see. So Preact Technologies was founded in about 5 years ago. We spun out of a DARPA research military firm that was doing active protection systems for light armored vehicles. We're focused on automotive, healthcare, agriculture, construction, robotics, and smart cities. You can look at our ecosystem in 5 separate components. The first being the hardware component, which is our vision modules. They're all based on continuous wave, time of flight, flash LiDAR systems. Our next kind of segment is the SDK and the APIs that come along with the solutions. So we have multiple SDKs for industry-specific applications, and then well-defined APIs that allow you to easily integrate all of our functionality into your existing compute or domain controller platforms. Our third component is what we call the Creator Tool. It's a cloud-based platform that allows you to easily train perception algorithms as well as gesture and motion recognition. For instance, it's very easy to train specific gesture components using 5 people, giving 5 samples of any particular gesture, which will get you to about 95% recognition rate. We also provide a client dashboard that allows enterprises to easily integrate with our sensors after they deploy them in the field. So it provides the functionality of both application software updates as well as hardware firmware updates, and allows you to retrieve point clouds from those devices that are deployed. It also provides you some logic to create business rules about kind of the perception you want to recognize. In the edge cases where we can't recognize a motion, a gesture, or an object, we can return those samples back to our edge AI. So we have a generative AI cloud platform that allows us to quickly annotate and train anything that we don't understand in the field, compile that to a patch, and redeploy that to your entire fleet of sensors. So this is our suite of sensors. First, we have Mojave, which is commercially available on Amazon, DigiKey, Arrow, as well as Brevin. It is a drop-in replacement for the Intel RealSense D435, consumes about 1.4 watts of power, and runs at about 20 frames per second, and has enough compute to do very basic edge AI algorithm recognition. Sahara is our automotive solution. It has about 4 times the optical power, so it can see about 15 meters at a 5 by 5 centimeter, 5% reflectivity target, and can see human-shaped objects much further away. Borrego is a sensor that was designed specifically for logistics. So it's installed in a semi-trailer and can calculate occupied volume, free volume, occupied floor space, and free floor space on the edge, and just return those 4 values. And Moab is the world's first perception network appliance. So it has enough compute to run very sophisticated recognition algorithms. It includes NVIDIA Jetson Nano for the compute, as well as a cellular module, Ethernet, and Wi-Fi. So basically all you need to run this is just a power. And I think that's my time, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, James. それでは1分解説いきたいと思います。プリアクトテクノロジー、アメリカの会社です。ライダーという、あれですね、光を出して、それが反射して帰ってくる。それでですね、カメラのように、コンピューターで目のようにね、使えるという、自動運転の車の前の方についたりとかするんですけど、彼らはですね、いろいろなものを持ってます。今、4つも5つも出てましたけど、彼ら何がすごいかというとですね、自動運転の外につけて、遠くのちゃんと人間の目になりますよというところもできますが、それだけじゃなくて、例えばですね、車内向け、短い距離のものとか、あとはトラックの荷台のところにつけておいて、じゃあそのトラックの荷台にあとどのぐらい物が積めるのなんていうところを測るですとかね、そういういろいろな使い方が提案できるですね、様々な形のライダーというものがすでに開発済みで、もう売れるような形で持っているというところは非常に強いところです。で、彼は今デモのキットを持ってますんで、実際にどんな風に動くかというところもお見せできるという形になります。Could you show your product once again? From your pocket. Straight. Yes. はい、こんなものでございます。なんで実物をですね、見ながら、お話をぜひ聞いていただければと思います。Okay, thank you very much, James. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So, back to OFO Tech, I'm sure. Now, welcome back. Sorry about, all the...
No, I do apologize. I apologize.
Yes, yeah. Now your video is online. Yes.
Yes.
Your stage once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, from where I was cut short, allow me to present some demo on to our solution. Specifically, in this video, I share with you our system called iSupervision. This platform is purely dedicated for construction project monitoring. As you can see here, the system is dedicated for our client here, the government of Malaysia, specifically the Ministry of Public Works. So in this system, we wish to create a new standard for project construction monitoring. As our clients log on automatically, they will be redirected to a base map. So every year, there will be up to 60 to 80 new construction projects that will be commissioned by the government. But the issue for them is actually to coordinate all these project progress, as well as to monitor that all these projects are indeed according to plan, thereby avoiding time overrun, cost overrun, and also benefiting in terms of higher productivity gains. So upon logging onto the system, this just highlights some dashboard statistics, all information pertaining the building information, building performance, everything will be highlighted within the dashboard itself. In terms of the application itself, various information can easily be integrated onto the platform. So at any point of the construction process, they would like to view information easily. Every critical information will be highlighted. So this is quite standard. I do assure you, quite normal applications in terms of summarizing key information, in terms of past, current, and as well as future work progress. But this is the sexy part. Allow me to move forward in terms of digital twin. Here in this solution, we are combining satellite technology as well as drone imagery, and we process all the images first into 2D input. So this 2D input photogrammetry approach enabling clients to verify the construction site progress. So we overlay new data from monthly intervals in order to compare the results. So as far as the accuracy is concerned, our approach, photogrammetry, ensures up to 2 to 3 centimeters accurate, enabling to overlay the consultant drawing plan, detailed engineering design, as well as master plan on top of this system itself. Moving forward, we also apply, in terms of reality-driven information, also real-time data. So this is a 3D digital twin, a reality mesh, whereby we enable more multidimensional analysis for clients. So what you see here, gentlemen, is exactly what you have on site. So it enables clients to do all the measurement analysis, cross-sections, detailed calculations, measurements, so on and so forth. If point cloud as well as reality mesh is not sufficient, we also provide in terms of augmented reality. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we are all familiar here in Japan of Pokemon Go, where augmented reality is used for data presentation and gaming. But where we use it is for presentation of the data to ensure that when it comes to project coordination, all the working level from the asset owner up to the site construction worker can be on the same page. That would be the first solution. Allow me to wrap up the presentation real quickly with our final technology application, enhanced vision, specifically catered for mobility. In this case, as we all know, when it comes to transportation, road network infrastructure represents the most important asset. Nevertheless, due to maturity and wear and tear, road conditions are deteriorating. So our system, a combination of hardware and software, it's a simple matter of inputting a camera, a smart camera within a vehicle, bus, trucks, or cars, and as it drives along, it will automatically collect data pertaining road conditions from potholes, surface crack, pavement, also non-pavement asset furniture, from guardrail damages, signboard damages, so on and so forth. Upon detection and tracking, analyzing the subject matter, it will send the information to the client command center, including auto-generated report, including the coordinates, and thereby ensuring that the team can escalate the process to repair. Once you've discovered a damage, easily you can create work order and assign a contractor or a team to have that damage repaired. So in terms of our application, the more vehicles you have integrated with our smart cameras, the more comprehensive coverage that you will have in terms of road network infrastructure. So we collaborate with garbage truck companies, waste management companies, buses, taxis, those type of vehicles that have large coverage of their road networks. So in that case, we will be able to update information, get real-time data, and also refresh the information, enabling that all the municipality governments, private sector companies, so on and so forth, to be best assured that wherever the damage is identified, automatically everything can be scaled from detection all the way up to repair. We enable everyone to be much more adept when it comes to quantifying the numbers of damage that are existing, and as well as once digitally transforming all your road network infrastructure, thereby you can easily address, repair, and follow, monitor. So we can easily integrate this with conventional methods, templates such as reporting, so on and so forth, and also integrate the new key features. The system is available both web-based as well as smartphone, supporting both Android and iOS. Thereby, from the command center all the way to the site worker, they will be on the same page. As far as Yokohama is concerned, excellent infrastructure. The roads are tip-top. Nevertheless, I assure you, there will be room for improvements, and therefore we wish to embark in a POC with the esteemed city of Yokohama, as well as the system already has been established in over 2 continents, and we hope to be able to embark in the city of Yokohama as well. I do apologize for the previous mishap. I hope the message has been sent across. Thank you very much. Sumimasen. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, I'm sure. はい、じゃあ改めて解説します。はい、OFO テックマレーシアから来てくれました。彼らはですね、現実世界をデジタルの世界とつなげますというところが専門家です。工事現場、実際にどのぐらい工事が進んでるのっていうところをですね、現場に行かないとわからないのかというところですね、フォトグラメトリーという言葉が出てきましたけれども、現場の写真をたくさん撮ってですね、それをつなぎ合わせることで 3D の空間が作れちゃうんですね。なんで、その 3D にした形で、じゃあ1ヶ月前はこんな形、1ヶ月経ったらこんな形という風にしてね、デジタルの世界と現実の世界というところをしっかりですね、こうつなげて見ることができるというソリューションをやっていますというところがまず一つ目。で、その技術をさらに活用してですね、じゃあ道を走っている車についてるカメラをですね、そのカメラで撮った画像を集めてくれば、どこの道路にどんな穴が開いてるよとか、どこの道路でどんな工事が必要だよとか、そういうところにも活用ができるんじゃないのかというところで、モビリティ向けのソリューションも開発したというそういったものになっております。先ほどね、動画で見せていただいた内容、また、あちらの席の方で見ていただけますので、ぜひ見ていただければと思います。Okay, thank you very much. So that was the startup pitch session from 6 startup. Once again, thank you very much. 6 companies, 6 startups from all over the world. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, then we need answer from Yokohama. Yokohama companies from Japan. This is the reverse pitch session from Japanese companies to startups and also international audience. First company is NTT Data. Show your face on the screen. Yes, Mr. Hirai. Yes, that's your stage. Thank you.
Thank you for introduction. ちょっと私のフェーズは、日本語で説明をさせていただければと思います。は はい、私、改めまして、平井壮と申します。NTT データジャパンに所属しておりまして、私、特に数学でしたりとか、特にマシンラーニングみたいなところが得意な人物となっております。本日はですね、Social Impact Through Mobility and Energy Transformation という題で発表させていただきます。まず、バックグラウンドになるんですけれども、モビリティ業界、様々な変革にさらされている業界となります。例えばですね、マニュファクチャリングという観点でも、エンジニアリングチェーンの変化が起きているでしたりとか、あとは、イノベーションオブビジネスという形でビジネスのトランスフォーメーションも起きている。また、これらをですね、サーキュラーエコノミー、サステナブルビジネスとして成立させていかないといけないと、そういったところがございます。そこでですね、我々は、2点のチャレンジを行っております。まず1つ目が、Enhancing Automotive Services というところで、オートモーティブインダストリーに対して、我々特にコネクテッドカーというところに着目しておりまして、コネクテッドカーを活用していこうという部分。もう一つがですね、さらに、領域を広げまして、Creating New Values ということで、様々な業界と、連携することによって、いろいろなバリューを出していこう。例えばですね、ヘルスケアでしたりとか、トランスポーテーション、リアルエステートなどなどの業界と一緒に、活動を進めているところになります。まず最初にオートモーティブインダストリーに関して説明させていただきます。ここでは、特にテクニカルイシューというところを、に着目しておりまして、いろいろな、技術課題にチャレンジしております。例えば、テクノロジー、特に地図を作るというテクノロジーに、アプローチしていたりですとか、あとはドライバーのビヘイビアに着目している。他には、交通状態に着目していたり、また、ドライビングのための AI エージェントっていうのも作っております。またですね、これらを支える IT インフラストラクチャーの、テクノロジーを、作っているというところにもチャレンジしております。例えばのケースになるんですけれども、例えば、道路の変化というものを、検出してあげようということをやっておりまして、コネクテッドカーから得られる GPS データをもとにですね、過去の交通と今の交通を比較して、道路の変化ポイントを検出してあげようという取り組みでしたりとか、あとは、車の運転者の挙動っていうところを、特に安全運転っていうところに着目して、分析をしていたりします。こちらは様々な、論文ももとに、検証しておりますところで、こういったところの技術の連携などができるのではないかというふうに考えております。次に、2つ目のチャレンジとしてクロスインダストリーというところを、説明させていただきます。まずはじめに、クロスインダストリーのケース1としてカーボンニュートラリティ、というところにチャレンジしておりまして、こちらコンセプトビデオをご覧いただければと思います。
This car can collect large amounts of data in transit, which makes it an intelligence hub by staying connected. This is a future driven by connected cars. CO2 emissions are expected to be substantially reduced by providing smoother driving and avoiding traffic congestion. So, using the connected car network, NTT Data conducted a pilot study on the streets around a major shopping complex. We predicted the surrounding traffic conditions based on data from connected cars in the vicinity, including their speed and the times at which they crossed specific checkpoints. Users were provided information on the estimated time taken to get from the parking lot to the main street. This helped users to choose optimal routes, thereby reducing traffic congestion and lowering CO2 emissions caused by heavy traffic in the surrounding areas. This service also improved the convenience and driving experience for users. Next, we will accumulate more driving data to recommend the routes that result in lower CO2 emissions with greater accuracy. This could lead to changes in driver behavior and optimize traffic across an entire city. NTT Data will continue to tackle the challenges in achieving carbon neutrality.
こちらのムービーで、紹介させていただいたようにですね、我々カーボンニュートラリティというところに、特に、交通の、スマート交通を実現しようというところでチャレンジをしております。こちら、我々の試算では、EV 化に匹敵するような CO2 削減の効果が得られると考えておりまして、このような課題を設定しております。我々、3つのステップを定義しておりまして、最初がパーソナライズナビゲーション。次が、都市交通の全体の最適化。次が、インフラストラクチャーにまで手を入れていこうと、そのようなことを考えております。まず最初の、個人の、誘導というところなんですけれども、昨年度ですね、我々POC を行いました。で、その結果、渋滞情報を提供することによって、個人のユーザーが、行動変容を起こしてくれてですね、特に混雑している道路では、30% のユーザーが、特に、渋滞を避けて帰宅していただけるような、そういった成果が得られました。さらに、2個目の都市交通全体の最適化っていうところでは、特に量子コンピューティングなども用いまして、アルゴリズムを作っているところでございます。コネクテッドカーのデータから渋滞情報を取ってきて、さらに NTT データ独自のアルゴリズムによって、ユーザーをいろいろなルートに誘導してあげると、そういったことを行っておりまして、こちらは D-Web キュービッツという量子コンピューティング学会でも発表させていただいています。次に、ケース2としてヘルスケアの領域も紹介させていただきますので、こちらもコンセプトビデオをご覧ください。
This car can collect large amounts of data in transit, which makes it an intelligence hub by staying connected. This is a future driven by connected cars. In Japan, where the population is rapidly aging, data shows that about half of the elderly drivers involved in fatal traffic accidents are cognitively impaired. How can connected cars contribute to solving this social problem? By collecting driving behavior data from the connected cars and combining it with driving video data, NTT Data has developed an algorithm to detect dangerous driving behavior, such as failing to stop, stopping abruptly, and crossing the center line. Along with this driving data and driver health information, such as age, gender, physical condition, and medical history, we are also developing an algorithm to enable early detection of deteriorating cognitive function or brain health. Looking ahead, we hope to establish a system for avoiding a wide range of risks by estimating the brain health of elderly people based on other aspects of their daily lives. NTT Data will continue to explore the role of IT in improving the quality of healthcare, starting with the use of connected cars.
はい。ちょっと時間も過ぎてしまいましたので、最後のメッセージだけお伝えしようと思います。我々このような形でですね、オートモティブインダストリーと、クロスインダストリーという形で、様々なチャレンジをしておりますので、皆様と一緒に連携して新たな社会を作っていきたいと思います。本日はありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Thank you, Hirai-san. Thank you. NTT データさんはブース終わりなんでしたっけ？ So, they have a booth over there. Talk to them. Talk to him. Okay? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So this is the last speaker of this session. From company Kyocera. はい。マイク準備よろしいでしょうか？
はい。大丈夫です。入ってますね。はい。
よろしくお願いします。
はい。はい。それでは、京セラ株式会社から私も日本語でちょっと安心しました。私日本語でスピーチさせていただきたいと思います。京セラ株式会社から参りました大崎と申します。これかな。はい。私オープンイノベーション推進部というところで、京セラの研究開発の オープンイノベーションを推進するという立場でございます。京セラ株式会社はですね、京都にある会社なんですけども、横浜、もうこのすぐお隣なんですけども、みなとみらいリサーチセンターというリサーチセンターを持ってまして、そちらで、このモビリティやですね、エネルギーの研究開発を進めているということで、ちょっと今日、ご紹介させていただきたいと思います。はい。京セラ株式会社はもともとセラミックスの、部品の会社なんですけども、今はですね、そこから事業をどんどん広げて、皆様、顧客ですね、お客さんとの B2C の、舞台に行ってます。で、皆様と一緒に明るい未来を作っていこうということで、このような One Future Together という、キャッチフレーズで、活動させていただいているということです。はい。この辺は社長会長なので、スキップしますけど、昨年亡くなりました、稲森っていう、非常に有名な日本では、起業家というかですね、我々の創業者なんですけども、そちらの方がですね、人の心をベースに経営するということで、このような、会社の哲学、経営哲学というのを持って経営をしております。はい。もともとそのセラミックスの会社ですから、こういったですね、セラミックスの小さいパーツから、大きないろいろな部品までですね、製造する会社になっておりますし、その部品を使ったシステムや機器、そういったものを作る会社に発展しております。はい。この辺はちょっとスキップして。では、京セラのですね、R&D の方のご紹介をさせていただきます。京セラの R&D はそちらのすぐ横にありますみなとみらいリサーチセンターの方と、あと、京阪奈っていう、京都の南にありますリサーチセンターがございまして、そちらで、機能を分けて研究開発をしております。で、みなとみらいの方は、この、下にありますブルーのところですね、AI や画像処理システムですね。こういった、通信システムとか、こういった、後工程側の、研究開発をしています。で、京阪奈リサーチセンターは緑のところにありますけども、部品ですね、電子部品とか、それからセラミックの素材とかですね、そういったものの研究開発をしておる部隊になります。で、ですね、この辺を飛ばして、京セラはですね、今、この4つの研究分野に、力を入れているんですけども、この中で特に今日はですね、自動車関連と環境エネルギーの部分について、ちょっとご説明いたします。この辺は通信ですけど、京セラは今、5G、6G、こういった通信のソリューションに関する部分の研究開発。それから、今ですね、これから説明します自動車関連の事業について、取り組んでおります。で、京セラはですね、ヘッドライトにセンサーを入れて、白色光と、それから近赤外を組み合わせた、そのセンサーですね。ライダーのようなものですけども、こういったセンサーを使って、自動運転に寄与するようなセンサーの開発を進めております。で、この両方の光源ですね、白い光源もそうですし、赤外の光源も京セラの方で開発をして、車に搭載するようなことを今、研究開発で進めているということです。それ以外にもですね、ミリ波、先ほどの 5G、6G のところにも関連しますけども、ミリ波のセンシングや、そういったものも、京セラで開発をしておりまして、それらの、要素センサーをですね、このバスに積んで、実際このバスをですね、工場と工場の間のシャトルバスとして運行して実証実験を行っていたりということを、やっております。で、こちらのですね、バスとかですね、車のテスト走行をやるためのテストフィールドをですね、この横浜市の中山事業所、緑区にあります中山事業所に持っておりまして、実際その中にはですね、信号機とかですね、横断歩道とか、そういったものも設置されているんですけども、そういった実証実験の場所も、京セラの中に持っているということになります。それからですね、京セラはですね、この、I2X、要するにインフラからいろんなその車や人やバイク、こういったものに対しての通信を行って、ロシア協調型の自動運転というための こういった機器の研究で出せるという交通システムですね。こちらの方の機器の開発を進めております。それからですね、京セラは、昔からですね、太陽電池、それから、リチウム電池ですね。固定型のリチウム電池。それから、固体酸化物型の燃料電池。これらの、3つの電池を、京セラの中に、生産してる、結構珍しい会社になっておりまして、現在は、今、ソーラーセルはほとんど、国内では作ってないんですが、それらの電池を組み合わせて、各家庭でのその電力の消費を最適化して、余った電気をですね、バーチャルパワープラントとしてですね、仮想発電所として、運用するような、そういったシステム開発も進めているという形です。それ以外にもこういった医療系、京セラセラミックスで骨とか歯を作ってまして、こういった医療の分野の研究開発も進めておりますけども、今日はちょっと詳しくはお話はしません。はい。これらの4つの分野の研究開発をですね、今はですね、宇宙から、空や海底とかですね、そっちの領域にどんどん広げていって、R&D のフィールドをどんどん広げているという形になります。はい。で、我々ですね、港未来リサーチセンターは、コクリエーションするための、スペースとして、皆さんとですね、共同して新しい価値を生み出すような場所として、そういうコクリエーションスペースをラボの中に持っておりますので、ぜひ何か一緒に、できればなというふうに思っております。はい。こういった施設もございますので、ぜひ、社内へのピッチとかですね、そういったこともしていただけるかなというふうに思っております。はい。我々、オープンイノベーション推進部としてはですね、我々は、こういったいろんな方々と、京セラの内部の研究の人たちを、組み合わせ、マッチングさせてですね、新しい価値が生まれるように、チャレンジしていくということをやっておりますので、何かありましたらぜひ、ご問い合わせいただければなというふうに思っております。はい。以上で終わります。ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。Thank you. So, hope you enjoyed. This is the Mobility Innovation Hub Yokohama for green session.